Hello everyone, welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, a blue dot in a red state, utilizing tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. So I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. The focus of today's reading is going to be about same-sex marriage. I don't know if you've seen this, but Kim Davis, that clerk in Kentucky, who basically wants the laws to make it to where she doesn't have to do her job. Okay? She's trying to use bigotry as a reason as to why she cannot do her job, and she wants the Supreme Court to affirm that. So it's about same-sex marriage. She, that little vile cockroach, for entertainment purposes only. And I just can't stand her. And, she's been married, of all people, to be touting the sanctity of marriage and her whole torrid love life there. So anyway, I want to know, is SCOTUS going to even take this case? Now remember that I think it was Thomas. Thomas, in one of his opinions that he wrote, said, yeah, we need to revisit that. He also wants to revisit Brown versus the Board of Education. So I want to know, is the Supreme Court going to take this up? As I was doing research into this, the overwhelming thought is that yes, they're going to take it up, and yes, they're going to overturn it, but they're going to do what they did. This is what Hillary Clinton said. They're going to do it like they did women's rights and abortion, which is to throw it back to the states. So in some states, you can be a citizen, and in some states, you're not. In some states, you can have, access to healthcare, or if you're in same-sex marriage, you have access to those rights in certain states, but not in other states. So thank you, SCOTUS. So will that happen? I want to know, are they going to take it up, and then what are they going to do? Which, as I said, I'm fully expecting for this read. It may be a really short reading. It may just be, yep, that's what's going to happen. So hopefully I want to be really, 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 really wrong. Okay. But that is what I'm going to be asking today. The deck I'm using today is the Robin Wood deck. This is a great deck for beginners. I had one, the Sacred Rose. I don't know what order things come out in. Beautiful deck. A little bit harder to read in the Minor Arcana. Not as difficult as, say, a Marseille-based style deck. Definitely easier than that. Not quite as easy as what the Minor Arcana is in more traditional based Rider-Waite's. This deck, Robin Wood, definitely has its own imagery, its own symbolism, but is more in line with the imagery, especially in that Minor Arcana. Okay. I really like using other decks. So whenever I'll do a little side quest here, because I don't expect this reading to be very long. So I'll just chat with you guys for a little bit. I like using a variety of decks because each of them are so nuanced. And if you saw some of that happened in those readings I did last week, it was the Four of Pentacles in two different decks meant I got two totally different things with that. On one, it was, remember, you sit on a throne of lies, and the other one was the walls are closing in, and it was just right there. So that's why I like to use different decks. I know that I started this channel in February, and I just used my trusty Morgan Greer, because I was just like, okay, I just want to get these readings out. And now that I'm getting more comfortable doing these readings, I thought I would be pulling out some of my variety of decks, because that's really kind of what I like to do as a reader. Just use a variety of decks, because the art, yes, I'm a tarot junkie, and the artwork can be just so beautiful. So little insight into me as a reader. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask, base reading into same-sex marriage, is SCOTUS going to take up this case, and what is that outcome going to be? For entertainment purposes only, is SCOTUS going to take up Kim Davis's challenge to same-sex marriage? And I want to say, it may be like the case may be about something else. I want to know, same-sex marriage, is it going to stand? That's what I want. And what is that Supreme Court going to do with that? Okay, so is SCOTUS going to take it? Base reading. And what's going to happen? Okay, entertainment purposes only. With that, the very first thing, the devil card, restrictions, toxicity. The challenge is feeling left out in the cold. I'm feeling that this is more the concern about them taking the case. Like people really feeling, those in the LGBTQ community feeling they're taking away our rights. Let me keep going with this, but that's kind of the feeling I'm getting with this is, are they going to take away rights? Because they've been taking away women's rights, voting rights, and now it looks like same-sex marriage is coming up. Knight of Cups. This is changes, emotions, offering something. It can also be false friend. Do you trust what's being done? Okay, that's what that card is. That is such a pretty card too. Look at that. I like the conch shell helmet there. That's just really pretty. Battle weary. These are rights that they have fought for, and now they're really afraid that they're gonna be taken away. What are they going to do? What is the Supreme Court going to do? They affirmed same-sex marriage in the past, but what are they going to do in the future? Find me, shine a light into the darkness, find me the law that I can use, and in this deck, the little red shoes, having the courage to go forward. I know I asked about SCOTUS. This is, I'm feeling, is more the worry and the stress of what are they going to do? Can we trust what they do? Are they going to uphold it? That's the feeling. So let's come back here to what are they going to do? I understand the concern, but what's SCOTUS going to do? Are they going to take the case? And I think that we'll be finding out, I think it's like by the end of August, they release which cases they're going to take. There was that, I mentioned that Four of Cups, there's the walls closing in. But this is about security, stability, holding on to power. The here and now, the challenge is another 4. And putting things to rest. I'm also feeling the balance with this, like keeping things stable, which would be if I had just said they've been throwing it back to the states as a way to overturn women's rights, voting rights. They're actually not even turning that over to the states with voting rights. They're just like wiping the Civil Rights and Voting Rights Act out, huge swaths at a time. So let me keep going. King of Pentacles, deciding, how the law is applied. The Emperor, undecided, blocked. And the Betrayal. Honestly, I'm not feeling a really strong attachment to whether or not they're going to take this case. I'm surprised, and the reason I'm saying that is stability, security, letting things lie, like just leaving it alone, and things being blocked. Like they're not going to, I don't think they're going to take that. Chief Justice Roberts is the foundation here. I'm going to see him as the Emperor. And the betrayal that this would be. Who is this? Let me ask more about this. King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. What is going on with this? They're really hesitant about even taking the case. Planting the seeds, like this may be something they do down the road. It's not planting the seeds to see what happens in the future. I don't think, because both of these are hesitation, not right now, and things stay hidden. I'm just going to ask, is same-sex marriage going to stand as being legal in all states in the United States? Is it going to stand? Decisions, moving forward, not being happy with what's being offered. New idea, big wands, fighting. 5, 3, 2. Okay. If they take this case up, one, I don't know that they're going to take this up, okay? So there's that, which shocks me. If they do, I honestly think that it's going to stand. How many justices do we have? We have 9? 9. So like this 5, 2, 3 vote to take it away, 2 don't, but then you have the others. If they take this up, it's going to be a very close vote, like maybe one vote difference, and I think it's upheld. Let me just, one card, is it upheld? If they take it, do they uphold it? I don't know. I mean, that is a, back and forth. It will be debated. The next card, something that we've had, like, and this is very similar to that 7 of Wands here, or 7 of Pentacles, sorry. The planting seeds for the future. Here's the field that has been plowed and needing to plant seeds for the future. Like, what's the future of our country? And it's undecided. Whenever I get undecided, it's blocked, it's not going to tell me. That's telling me that it's not decided. A lot of these things, if you remember, I keep getting, like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, there's the start of, and then it goes, and it doesn't get finished because of the stuff that's going on with the upheaval with Trump. The Supreme Court still has to go forward. They still have to do this. So I'm kind of thinking that they may take it. There's debate, but everything that has been said in the news says that everyone is expecting that if they take this, they're going to do what they did for women's rights, which is to throw it back to the states. I would expect that. Like, I was expecting that's what would come out. That's not what came up. What came up was, I don't even know that they want to take the case. There is a division. This did come up. There is a division in the Supreme Court whether to take it and how to even vote on it. I don't know that they have. I don't think that Thomas and Alito can get the majority vote here. I really don't. So if they decide to take that, and as the arguments start and all of that, I absolutely will be checking in on that, because I know that affects a lot of people. Are you a citizen with citizenship rights or not? As far as being able to have a marriage license. So I will absolutely be watching that. I'm a little shocked. Really surprised by what I found today in that. So fingers crossed that they don't even take the case. I will put another reading up here for you to check out and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next reading. Have a good day.